Most of us don't actually enjoy high school, but for me, high school is an opportunity for us to learn, an opportunity to explore our skills. And high school for me was an exciting journey where I've learned a lot of lessons and committed a lot of mistakes, and I made a lot of friends who come and go. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to become self-educated, independent learner from school. Maximize your personal growth and actually develop your future career once you've graduated from high school, same as college as well. Section 1 is about being an independent learner or self-education. Being an independent learner or self-education. So being an independent learner actually enabled me to separate myself from school or the educational institution and the teacher itself. Because the problem in today's educational institution is high school actually teaches us to become dependent and reliant to teachers and test papers. We don't actually think beyond the box. We don't actually need to be creative because we just need to read from a textbook and base that in our test papers, and then test papers listen to teacher, test paper listen to teacher. That is our life as a student. Imagine that in high school. But in college, it will actually do this because they're more on becoming self-reliant. The professor just teach this and that, but don't completely teach this subject. So you have to be independent. But in high school, it's totally different. So they actually teach students to become dependent on teachers, which is not a wrong thing actually. But students nowadays just want to rely on teachers and test papers. That's why their mind is so limited, and they don't actually explore the things that they're actually enjoying. Some of them become depressive, become stressed, and overly anxious about the test, and not finding an opportunity where they're actually taking a test. Some of the people just look at the whiteboard or the blackboard and just look at the lessons of itself, the concept, understanding it, and they don't know the reason or the point. Why are they listening to the teacher? Why is this the topic? They don't know the topic. Why is it important to them? Why is it important to society? They don't have the passion for the topic itself. That's why they fail at the end part and then just forget about the lesson. Well, I understand if that lesson isn't actually related to your passion, like mathematics, algebra, or something of it, and you want to be an entrepreneur in the future. I totally understand that. But if you don't learn how to enjoy related subjects like accounting, financing, entrepreneurship, how much would you expect yourself as an entrepreneur to be successful in the future if you're not prioritizing or passionate enough to those topics which is essential to build a business? I want you to develop that sense of passion. So how did I go beyond classroom, beyond the class, become the most intelligent? I just started learning and become curious. I started learning video editing. I started learning marketing. I started learning philosophy that is not too complicated about the premise or stuff like that. I just started learning and loving the fact that I'm learning and exploring. And that become an asset to me. And sometimes when you learn about math, it's just also related to English. And sometimes when you learn about English, it's also related to science. And science is related to business, and that goes on and forth. So it actually provides me a worldwide network where I can connect things based on my different knowledge that I've learned. And I was able to successfully apply it to life, no matter what areas, if it's school, if the academics, is it work, is it family, relationship, all those things that I've learned through my curiosity was able to actually match up together, pair up together successfully because I have the sense of curiosity to learning things. I started reading books. At first I hate it, but now I love it because I started doing what I hate but helps me at the end part. So it is important to learn practical skills, become more curious to limitless and boundary-less topics that you are passionate, that help you to become a passionate learner, a passionate student, a passionate entrepreneur, or whoever you want to become. So if you really want to master time management, my highly suggestion is to read Atomic Habits. And if you really want to get paid near in the future, depending on the course that you want to take in the future in college, you must start building that required skill in order for you to get hired in the future, in order for you to start a business or get a client. Some profitable skills that you may want to learn is graphic designing, video editing, coding, web designing, social media management and marketing, etc. and so forth. Just make sure those profitable skills, you are both passionate and you have the sense of purpose to do that. And you actually want to commit it over the long run. You are playing the long game and you want this for you to work in lifetime, not for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, but in lifetime. And there are actually a lot of research where you can learn this and that, and it's called YouTube, and I call it YouTube University because it's all the research is actually there. Courses, it's there. Videos, it's there. Tutorials, it's there. You just have to click it. Section 2 is maximizing high school for growth and experience. Maximizing high school for growth and experience. I just want to say that high school isn't just about academics. It's actually an opportunity to explore yourself, to develop yourself, and to make friends, to make networks. Because a degree is just a credential. And based on my experience when I was applying to a lot of hundreds of jobs, they're not looking just for a degree. A degree is just a credential or a proof, but they're actually looking more to experience. So I'm asking you, do you already have experience in high school? This experience in high school, well, I just need to get paid internship that is unpaid for 3 months, but I can't do that because I'm in high school. Well, you can actually do that. You can actually build experience while you're in high school. For example, communication, public speaking, time management, you can do it inside of high school. So don't limit yourself. For me, high school is about learning and improving. Learning and improving from your past mistakes, from your test papers. When you see that your test papers is where you failed, you actually come to think about and think more solutions. You've identified the problem, maybe because you lack time management. Maybe you're weak at the subject, which you need more focus. And there's a lot of learning patterns that you can do, because learning is just not about inside of school. It's about learning outside of school. And how can you apply it once you graduated high school, once you graduated college, and once you enter the work, once you leave the work, once you started the business, and so forth. So everything that happens to you, whether in high school or not, is a learning experience. So how did I engage in curricular activities? Joined clubs as president, vice president, and then participated in multiple events. Well, I actually have the first one is believing in myself. If you don't believe yourself, you're going to have a self-doubt and you end up destroying yourself. You know what they say, that doubt kills many dreams, and it had killed many of mine. So the first important thing is to believe that you can achieve it. And actually confidence comes from the things that you achieve externally. So I highly recommend is you actually embrace failure, because the biggest risk is not taking risks, and you're actually going to fail. And Albert Einstein once said that if you never failed, you never even tried something new. So try something new every single day. There's an opportunity for us, even if it's not club extracurricular activities. It could be something like helping your neighbor, saying hi or smile, something like that. Making friends in high school is just significantly important, because friends can help you get good grades. I'm saying this, that friends can help you get good grades. Why is it important to actually have a network or a group of friends, or friends in general, in high school? Because if you don't have friends, you'll end up failing or having a lower grade. If you have that grab mentality where you don't want others to become above you or something like that, you'll actually end up going to be more lower. If you're trying to pull someone down to failure, you're going to be the first one to go down. And grab mentality actually is one of the biggest reasons why people fail. They don't want collaboration, they want competition. And actually for me, based on my experience, that friends can get you good grades. Friends can get you good grades and can help you along the way. It can help you build a better team when there's time for group works. Alright? And I just want to say that friends has expiration date. They actually come a lot when the beginning of high school, the middle of high school, but once you graduated, you'll either have 0, 1 to 3 friends that will still be at your shoulder. For mine, they actually left me. I mean, not literally that the friendship ended, but it's more like that when you graduated, the people will just go away from you, or just ghost you, or they just don't find you interesting anymore or helpful for them in the long run, because they're in college and you're just their past friend. So I want you to have the encouragement to expect that that every friend that we have will have an expiration date. And if there's a funnel where there's a lot of people you met in high school and then it becomes your friend and then it becomes your best friend, maybe in the end of the funnel, you'll only have one friend, two friends. But mine, I got zero friends. Maybe one friend that actually reliable to me in the long run, that stayed with me. But I'm just saying that you can't trust people, and people will come and go, and they have expiration date. And I want you to have a mindset that you don't have to friend a friend if they don't like you, if you don't like them. You don't have to friend someone who don't like you. You don't have to be a friend. You don't have the sense of need to be liked by them, because in the long run, it's going to be short term. Even if you have friends, if someone that you admire the most and you want to be friends with them, they'll eventually go. I'm saying to you. So if you find that one friend that you're genuine and interested at, and something that is ideal or more common to you, and you see yourself that that friend is going to be in your future, that's a good friend. That's a good sign. And have that mindset that the biggest risk is not taking risks. And being comfortable lead you to achieve nothing. And being discomfortable is a sign that you are trying. Section number 3 is skill development for future careers. Skill development for future careers. So I highly encourage you to build a skill that is, number 1, that you're passionate about. Number 2, something that is practical or something that can make you a living. And 3, something that is profitable. So when you have a skill that you're passionate about, that is practical, that you can use in the future or in real life, and something that is profitable that you can earn a living from, and that is the perfect criteria for finding your skill and learn that. I highly encourage you to learn it as soon as possible, as young as you are when you're in high school. But most of us were young, right? We don't want to learn things, we want to play games. And actually, don't feel the guilt about it, because I'm in the same place. But if you're not ready for that, if you don't feel for that, don't do it. Do it at the right time. But if you wait for the right time, there's actually a consequence for that, because there's no such thing as the right time. So I highly encourage you to actually balance yourself. Take the time to learn the skill, even the smallest time. Take that special time and then just play games or do something that is fun, that is more memorable for your childhood. But I'm saying this is because if you want to be a self-made entrepreneur or build a business and a team, or you want to have a side hustle income after you graduate, or whether you're still in high school, is you need to build the skill, because the skill is the biggest asset of every entrepreneur, the biggest investment actually. So ask yourself, can I commit to this long-term, lifetime? Can I commit to this lifetime? And the second question is, how can I learn and train myself while schooling? How can I learn this skill and train myself while schooling? So it's all about time management. So the benefits of this is, when you learn a skill, you'll earn a side hustle. You'll get jobs or clients much more faster. You'll build your business, and you'll build yourself as a skill. That skill would never be taken or stolen away. Once your business got bankrupt, once you got fired by your job, you still had that skill to utilize and make it a living. So it's up for you. No such thing as never too late. Trust me. For their lifetime, there's nothing too late. There are billionaires who just work and work and work and just got rich for 40. Or there are people that started 40 and that got rich until 90. So it's all about patience, and it's about the journey. It's not about the destination. You've heard it a lot of times. So I recommend to not do your best, but do what is required, because sometimes doing your best is limited, and you have to play the long game. You have to play the infinite game. You have to focus in one direction, because if you have scattered energy, you want to actually have high leverage in your skills. So I want you to use your time. That's something that will help you bring in more money, or bring in more purpose, or something that you value it in the long run, something that you will be most proud of once you die. As depressing as it sounds, I have these 3 R's: reuse, reduce, recycle. The first one is reuse what you have learned, maybe from books, from courses. And then reduce your distractions. Maybe this is social media, this is games, there's some addictions that hinders you from that growth. And lastly, recycle your skills. Recycle your skills. So if you already have the skill from what you've learned, then you can do it again and then again until you gain experience. And then you can sell and market yourself to become a valuable individual who's ready to start business or ready to get a client or ready to have a job. To summarize this, number one is to dare to become a student, a learner, and a teacher of yourself towards being self-educated. Number two, high school is an opportunity to have fun and grow. Number three, high school is also an opportunity for you to learn a high valuable income skill, considering that you are young and you have a lot of time. So once I actually applied those skills that are high impact, so once I have applied what I just actually teach to you, it actually made me realize that at the end, that mistakes are not bad. Maybe test questionnaires, test papers may seem that you are bad at your mistake. That is bad and you should be punished. And you have you deserve a low grade. But in life, mistake is actually great. Mistake itself is my best teacher. The best teacher in the world. From elementary to high school, mistake is the best teacher because it actually gives you a sense that you need to improve something, or you're not enough and you have to pay the price more. You have to give more time. Maybe you're giving your best, you're enough time, but you don't have the right systems. Maybe you're doing everything, but it isn't the right time. So it's up to you. That's life. It's confusing. It's unfair, but you have to discover. You have to grow, and you have to become independent. And knowing this, you also have to pray with God, because God is the most important thing for me and for you as well. Because we have, as an individual, as a high school student, we should not only focus on the physical world or to prioritize our emotional and mental health. We are also spiritual beings who need to prioritize our spiritual health. And the final encouragement is to view high school as a home, not homework. To view high school as a home, not a homework. That's it. So leave a follow if you actually enjoy this, and share it with your friends if you find this helpful or something that could change them to become the better person, a man of God, and then a man of action, and a man of success. Right? If you like more entrepreneurship and self-improvement videos, it's up to you to follow me.